Hey everyone, bloodmako here, and this is my Shinryu video for the latest update in the story. I believe this is let me just check which chapter. It's chapter 9 part 1. So we are fighting Ulti and honestly I cannot pronounce the name, so I'm just gonna call it a lightning cat because that's kind of all it does, lightning. And it's so annoying to fight these in FF15. I still remember when I was when he first dropped, and I just went crazy on the cat, and he was just down there resting, and the minute I warped into it, it just one-shotted me. And I'm like, well, I guess that's the thing. But yeah, I hated those cats in 15. And oh, the music, I miss the music. Well, since I played FF15, really don't have any plans to actually play again, but because I played it like on the PS4 and another 2 more times, I mean, was it 2 more times? Sorry, 3 times on the PS4 and 1 time on the PC. I 100% the PC one, so you know, with myself. But anyway, the fight. So Ulti's recharge gauge in basically Apocalypse, and as usual, she will help 3 turns after that. And you don't have to worry so much if you can tank out the Apocalypse. Honestly, I brought Warrior Light because you can't launch. I'm not sure if you can stun, but you can't launch. Cam is kind of nerfed, I guess. So because how strong he is when you can launch him, increase it by 80. But for this case, only increase it. With Luna Freya, it's about 40%. And I guess if you're letting them take, is really strong. So Ulti loves to take turn. Then work as well, right? You just play a. But anyway, I decided to go with this Luna, and oh my god, I'm thinking of his name right now, I have no idea. Machina, there we go, Machina. And the reason why I Machina because he can counter and break when she does her set, which is Hell's Judgement. That's the one that hit HP attack unless you have or any form of HP. But yeah, that move will bring her out of break. So if you have shields like like kind of light kind of mechanic, then you'll be taking HP damage. If you don't break, it's lesser than health for one character. As in the damage will be slightly lesser, so you'll be more than half. That's what I noticed at least, and that's only because I noticed as what was it, 18,000 health? Yeah, 18,000 health. So yeah, Machina and Luna was actually pretty healthy. And if you can time it such that you break Ulti, and the next turn is actually your healer's turn, then you know you don't really have any issue, because her next move at least would be her LD, but without the HP down. So it's just a brave attack, I believe. Sorry, no. The next one is actually the gravity one. The one where she brings your brave all the way down to 1, and then she just gains a lot of brave. And then the next one is a single target HP. Which is her LD basically, if I'm not wrong. No, sorry, not her LD. It was a move in the OG DCD. Shockwave Pulsar, something like that. It was a single target move anyway. So yeah, that's what she does. You will see her do it soon, I believe actually. And honestly, letting her take turns isn't really that big a thing. Because if you're running someone like Reno, you can actually stop her big move, which is her Apocalypse basically. And after that, all you have to do is just wait out and just let the FR gauge increase. I kind of did a little bit of that as well with Luna's FR and Machina. Just playing around with it. I'm still trying to figure out Luna when I was doing this fight at least, so wasn't really sure how her mechanics work, wasn't really sure how her LD works, you know. So if you guys are wondering, if you are on the right side of Luna, then you will get turns when she does her LD. And if you're on the left side of Luna, I believe it is just that that Leo buff, you know, the one where you see an additional mini HP down. Which is pretty nice on Machina, don't get me wrong. It's just I guess the turns would have been better on Machina, right? Because of his self-delay. I'm not exactly sure whether you can self-delay out of it, because from my understanding is you have to take like 3 turns in a row. So I'm not sure if you can delay yourself to not take that 3 turns. But I doubt so. And honestly, that's pretty much it for the fight. I actually brought War of Light, if you guys would have noticed. Yeah, I brought War of Light because Noctis is not able to survive 2 hits of Ultimecia Apocalypse. So I brought the War of Light called just in case, which I actually did use, you know, because of how many turns ulti takes once the burst sequence ends. It's basically all the different thresholds that you see. Because maybe save for the first one, I managed to push her down beyond that 79% mark. So yeah. Also, the timing was really perfect because after this, ulti immediately, ulti took a turn, and Machina just constantly countered her. I kind of wish that I had the FR up right now because of how much damage Machina will do with his counters. It is basically I would say almost a million because of this, right? There we go. So that is one counter, and then there's another counter. Well, maybe not a million, but at least 500,000. There we go. Because Noctis will basically pass his turn if the FR was up, and then ulti will just keep taking turns, right? Luna might actually take one turn and then just charge up the gauge, and then ulti will take another turn. So that would have been like a very nice scenario. Also, right here, I was actually thinking that having an ice enchant would give the party ice and water enchant, but it doesn't work that way. I believe the water takes priority. In case you guys don't know, her FR actually does enchant everyone with water element. So yeah, that takes priority over any ice, any enchantment if I'm not wrong, any elemental enchantment. So no point enchanting your characters thinking that you get 60% bonus. It doesn't work that way. I was hoping though, I was, but nah, it didn't work. You guys will actually see during the fight itself that you see right here, it would have been perfect if I had the FR up. But yeah, you guys will see later on in the fight that there was no the increase in the force gauge bonus never hit beyond 50%, and that was from Luna herself. Doing an ice move while being enchanted with water and the buff thing. So I'm not sure where the 10% come from. I'm guessing 20 from the water and 20 from the buff. I'm not sure where the last 10% is. Maybe yeah, I have no idea. Did she give herself a buff? I'm not sure. Regardless, I'm actually considering going into the FR right here. I wanted Luna to take one turn in the FR, just so that she can supercharge it. I was thinking supercharge or EX. I believe I went to use the EX instead. It would have been, I think it would have been better if I had used the her S1, the heal. I think that would really charge the gauge up. But oh well. And I guess that's pretty much it for the fight. The lightning cat isn't really much of a threat with ulti being up on the field. I believe it just does confuse constantly. Even when he has brave, he seems to just prioritize using confuse. And confuse is not it's not the confuse where you can't take a turn. It's the confuse where you can't control your characters, but he will randomly attack one character. Well, one enemy character, and he will only use a HP++. Also, the cat, when ulti is dead, it becomes more aggressive. It starts to use different skills. Like there was one where it did to Machina. I think it was like 3 or 4 brave hits before a HP dump. So Machina had shields then, so that was the reason why he managed to survive. But if not, I believe that he might have died or get broken and died. You know. Right here, I was actually switching from my earpiece to loudspeaker, and there's a reason for the pause. So I hope you guys understand that. I was trying to make sure that the sound didn't change as well. It should not, I believe. In case you guys are wondering, I'm doing this on mute because the sound actually kind of messed up some of the settings. If I let the sound play at least. So there we go. I kind of wish that Machina didn't break ulti and let her take another 2 turns before him going into the burst, just so I can really get more damage in. But you know, it's not the end of the world. I still can do damage, like right here. And the reason why I'm doing this is because I have 9 turns of the FR up. I wanted to bring it down to 8. I was considering bringing it down to 7, but I was thinking, you know what, I might be able to get a few more counters in with you know, because when you clear all the thresholds, ulti will just keep cutting constantly, and even though she cut like 2 or 3 times after this burst sequence, she will only ever have 3 turns in a row. At least that's how I understand the way her ult works. I don't think it went to up to 6 or 9 turns. I don't think so, maybe 4 or 5, I'm not sure. But yeah, so if you guys want to avoid doing that, then you might actually want to start the FR gauge later on in the fight. You know, really whittle her down a little bit more, because I believe she came out of the fight with like I think it was single digits. So if you guys can do that amount of damage to her, then she should die in the burst at least. So as you can see, the gauge is only increasing by 43%, even though technically I'm using ice and water, but yeah, it only increases by 43. So I'm guessing that the water takes priority over the ice. So I'm really just ignoring the lightning cat and just really focusing on ulti. And honestly, if you're using someone like Kayn, I'm pretty sure you will end the fight right here and now, instead of someone like Noctis. I think even Yang might be a more viable choice than Noctis because of his follow-up attacks and his counter attacks as well. So his follow-up attacks now does 2 HP dumps. If you think about it, it's actually quite similar to Noctis. It's just that the lightning cat will be dying more. That's it. So another well, the last move right now, and then yeah, I think ulti was at 7% on this fight. Also, look at the amount of damage that Machina is doing. It's just 400% more. 400%, yeah, 400% more. So it's like 4 times more. But still, that's insane numbers. There we go. And I would say it is single digit because of this. Single digit, right? Yep, 9%. So I think Machina's counter actually brought her down to 7%. Because I remember looking at it and thinking, whoa, she's really at 7%. I really should switch my focus over. Yep, a hit, and there we go. 6%, sorry, 6%, and I went to summon just to do just a little bit more damage to ulti. And here is actually one of my mistakes. I should not have hit ulti. What I should have done was hit the lightning cat instead. Again, this guarantees that ulti dies here and now. But I'm pretty sure we are able to do that amount of damage within the 5 turns of summon. And even if we don't, we have already passed all of ulti threshold. She's not going to cut the turn again. So I don't really have to worry about her taking any more turns. So yeah, that's what I feel like. That's why I feel like I should have really focused on the lightning cat instead. And another one of my mistake was letting Noctis take so many turns, because if you guys notice, he only has 2 turns left on his burst effect, and he's gonna take 2 turns in a row. So yeah, his burst effect is basically gone. Another mistake I made was Luna. Her out, or rather her burst, is also going to be up soon. So yeah, you know, I shouldn't have spent so much of the heals with her. But oh well, you know, I managed to get the fight done within 20 turns, I think. I mean, slightly more than 20 turns. Maybe, definitely less than 30. Yeah, definitely less than 30. But yeah, you know, I had to use another FR gauge. Again, if I'm using stronger characters, way stronger characters than Noctis, I'm pretty sure this fight would have been over such a long time ago. Of course, the turn count might be longer because of Noctis applying warp set to everyone. But yeah, you know, turn isn't really a matter to me. I just wanted to use Noctis in the fight, especially considering the fact that he technically plays such a huge role in the story for this. But yeah, guys, I think I'm just gonna end the recording right here. There really isn't anything much for me to say at this point of the fight. Ulti was honestly the more dangerous character in the between the two. But the Coeurl I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing it right, but the lightning can kill a character if you are not careful. So you know, be very careful even at this point of the fight, because he is able to one-shot a character. As you guys just saw, I actually applied the Wall of Light shield, and there's a reason why I managed to survive the hit. But yeah, Makina would probably have died if not for it. But anyway guys, I'm gonna just end it right here. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.
カンナギの誇りにかけて。